Enthusiastic Tutor. I'm so happy to have you on the stream. Okay, today is the course code 214, and this happens to be the last, last tutorial for the very fourth phase of our studying for this course. All right, and it's been a very comprehensive one. All right, if I'm not mistaken, this is the volume 5. If I'm not mistaken, of course. It's not going to be a very long class because I'm running up things already. So with this being said, let's just up straight into it. Okay. So we have that as that. Now we have pole 214, pole 214, and we're talking about the federal system of government in Nigeria. All right, the federal system of government in Nigeria. Okay, so topic sentence for today is right here. All right, the federal system. When we say the federal system, what are we talking about? All right, just stick on, hold on to this, and get to know. Hang on, get to know what this is exactly. Okay. Now, when we say the federal system of government, what are we talking about? Now, let's take this down very quickly. In the federal system, it is a system that is characterized with, all right, the characteristic of a system, all right, or a system characterized by the division of political authority of political authority. All right, when we say federal system of government, all right, this system of government, just like any other system of government, is known for its features and characteristics. All right, and when we talk about the federal system of government, we are talking about this a system of government whereby political power is being divided. All right, that is the all and sundry, okay, of the federal system. A system whereby political power is divided. All right, so we have that as that. Now, speaking of which, Nigeria federalism, all right, speaking of which, Nigerian federalism started during our colonial experience. All right, started during our colonial experience. All right, the inception, all right, inception of Nigerian federalism, all right, began during our colonial experience, the colonization of Nigeria. All right, with the British colony, all right, the British colony administration, one, with the amalgamation of the northern and okay, so with the inception of the colonial experience, all right, underline that as a keyword, the colonial experience, okay, and not just that, under the British under the British administration. All right, administration. Okay, the colonial experience was, all right, spearheaded by the British administration with the, all right, with the introduction or with the experience of amalgamation. All right, with the experience of amalgamation. All right, amalgamation. Okay, I beg your pardon, it's actually AML, amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern Protectorate. Okay, amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern Protectorate. Northern, okay, Northern and Southern Protectorate. Alright, Protectorate. Alright, amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern Protectorate in what year? In the 1940. In 1940. Alright, so you can say that the invention, the inception of Nigerian federalism can be traced to this. Alright, starting from our colonial experience under the British administration, alright, breaking it down to the amalgamation that happened in 1914 under, alright, the supervision of the Governor General, alright, under the supervision of the Governor General. Alright, his network is it's becoming something else. Alright, but we just have to move on, we just have to continue. We can't be held down by the network. Okay, so so as you can see, all right, under the supervision of the Governor General, all right, in person of Frederick Lord Lugard. Okay, in person of Frederick Lord Lugard. All right, that's Frederick. Okay, Frederick Lugard. All right, Frederick Lugard. Okay, no, not Guard, it's Lugard. Frederick Lugard. All right, so we have that as that. Now, and the experiment continued. All right, this experience continued, all right, with the Littleton Constitution. All right, the Littleton Constitution. Okay, the experience of the colonization, all right, that led to the federalism, all right, of Nigeria. All right, it did not just stop here after the amalgamation. It continued into what? It continued with what? Littleton. All right, Littleton. The Littleton Constitution. All right, now this Littleton Constitution was introduced in 1954. Okay, introduced in 1954. All right, now Bernard Bodillo as governor of Nigeria in 1939. All right, with Bernard, that's Bernard. All right. The word is ball. All right. Ball Baudouin. Bernard Baudouin as governor in Nigeria in 1939. As governor, all right, as governor of Nigeria in what? 1939. All right. Now, he divided Nigeria into three. All right. He divided Nigeria into three. All right. Nigeria into three. Okay. All right. We have the Western, the Eastern, and the North province. All right. He divided Nigeria into three provinces. All right. We have the Western, the Eastern, and the Northern province. All right. The Western. We have the Eastern, and we have the, Northern, province. Okay, now we have that as that. Now it might interest you to know that it was the Littleton Constitution of 1954, all right, which fully introduced a federal system. Okay, the Littleton Constitution of 1954 fully introduced what we call a federal system. All right, so I'm just going to put that down very quickly. Fully introduced a federal, all right, fully introduced a federal system. Okay, now we have that as that. Now Nigeria, all right, of Nigeria. Okay. Now, by doing this Littleton Constitution, all right, devolved, all right, considerable power, okay, on the regional administration, who could formulate policies and execute programs on their own. All right, when we say federal government, this is where we have to split powers. All right, we have to decentralize power. All right, powers has to be shared, it has to be separated. Okay, now it is, or it was, the Littleton Constitution of 1954 that fully introduced the federal system. By doing so, power were considerably, all right, shared to regional administrations that could formulate policies and execute programs. Okay, let me just put that down very quickly. That's the Littleton Constitution of 1954, all right, gave power, all right, devolve, according to the material, devolve power, all right, devolve considerable power, all right, considerable power to where, or on regional administrations, on regional administrations, all right, that can formulate and make policies on their own. Okay, now we have that as that. So as you can see that the federalism or the federal system of government in Nigeria did not just start yesterday. All right, it has been since the experience. All right, it has started. All right, it has commenced since the inception of the colonial administration. All right, following the amalgamation, all right, of 1914. Thereafter came about the Leyton Constitution of 1954 and the division of Nigeria into province, all right, by the then governor in 1939. The then governor of Nigeria in 1939 in person of Bernard Bodlidon, all right, and the Leyton Constitution still went ahead and devolved power, considerable power, into some regional administration that could implement and make policies on their own. All right. So with this being said, let's continue. So I'm just going to erase this very quickly. Awesome. So now let's quickly look at factors that necessitated the adoption of federalism. Okay, factors that led to, factors that made the adoption of federalism necessary. All right, factors that led or that necessitated in Nigeria. All right, now we have the very first one. We have the cultural differences. All right, now Nigeria, all right, is made up of people with different ethnic groups. All right, ethnic groups, religion, custom, tradition, and languages. All right, therefore federalism is the best way to resolve conflict that might come out of being different tribes, all right, speaking different language, religion, all right. So power can go around in different representatives, all right. We have cultural differences, all right, cultural differences. Okay, this is where we talk about people, all right, with different cultures, groups, custom and traditions and language. All right, we have the size of Nigeria. Perhaps it might interest you to know that Nigeria is with a territory covering about 373,000 square miles. All right, 373,000 square miles. All right, Nigeria is covering about 373,000 square miles, and with a population of over 140 million, according to 2006 census. All right, according to 600 and with a population of 140 million. This is according to what? The census of 2006. All right, now it is quite large, all right, and quite populated, and I'm pretty sure if this has not multiplied by now, so central system of power administration is not possible. All right. So because of the size of Nigeria, all right, and because of its rich in ethnic diversity, all right, that is what led to the adoption of the federal system of government or federalism. Okay. Also, let's continue. We have economic factor. Now, speaking of the economic factor, we have Nigeria has is blessed with natural resources. All right, natural resources are scattered among, all right, contiguous states. All right, states, different states are blessed with natural resources. Okay, so if power was centralized, it would have been an issue. All right, but for the fact that the federal system adopts a system whereby power is being shared and different tribes and, all right, states are allowed to make decisions, all right, but still pay homage to the central or the executive head, is the chief in command. All right, so the necessity of adopting the federal system, all right, is also as a result of the economic factors. All right, and we have fear of domination. Now when Nigeria was about to attain her independence, all right, when she was about to attain her independence, each major group felt that the notion by having a unitary or form of government, the strongest ethnic group might politically dominate others. All right, so that was why it was adopted that let everybody come together instead of having a unitary form of government that one minor group can be subdued or overshadowed by a stronger ethnic group. All right, so the fear of domination also led to that. All right, so and that's all under the factors that necessitate. Now let's quickly look at the problems. All right, problems of Nigerian federalism. Okay, problems of Nigerian federalism. Problems of Nigerian federalism. Okay, now first we have conflicts over revenue allocation. Conflicts over revenue allocation. All right, now this issue of revenue allocation is one of the most fundamental problems, all right, facing Nigeria. All right, revenue allocation, all right, major problem. The share of revenue, who gets who gets what, at what time, when. All right, revenue allocation, it's a major problem. Now it is the method, the adopted method of sharing this revenue, all right, that generates federation between federal government and the component units. Now it is the method and procedure for sharing this revenue generated by the federation between federal government and what, the component units. All right, now when revenues are being allocated or when revenues are being generated, all right, it is expected of the federal government, all right, to share it between, all right, to share it among component units. All right, but be that as it may, allocation of the thing might still or does still cause problem based on some part might feel cheated, all right, and less attended to. Okay, so we also have the internal ethnic rivalry. All right, ethnic, that's ethnic rivalry. All right, Now, ethnic rivalry. When we say ethnic rivalry, this is very common among various ethnic groups in Nigeria. All right, disparity in social, economical, and political development. All right, the component of now this is the ethnic rivalry when some other group feels that they are dominant over some other ethnic group and sprout conflict, and if not properly handled escalates. Okay, that one of the major problem right facing Nigerian federalism. Let's not forget federalism has to talk about a unit, all right, a unit whereby power are being equally shared with, all right, power is not concentrated, it speaks more of unity, all right, like a one body, a one, right, unit of system of government. All right, we have three threats of succession, all right, threats of succession, and we have that as that. All right, so lastly, let's take the internal political system. All right, when we talk about the internal political system, what are we talking about? Now, internal political system, all right, is a social system that has, all right, that has structure and function with patterns of action and interaction between collectivities and between individuals. Now, internal or international system, that's a right, international system, all right, international system, we will say international, all right, there's a structure, okay, and function, all right, interaction between what collective and between individual acting on their behalf. Now let's look at the international political system is a replica, all right, international post system, a what, a replica, all right, a replica of what, of the cooperative, collaborative, and conflictual process of social interaction within the states at the international level, all right, between and among state system. Now let's take down the point. The point here is, of the point here are, all right, a replica of what, collaborative and cooperative, a replica of collaborative, all right, collaborative, all right, cooperative, all right, collaborative, operative, conflictual, all right, conflictual, a conflictual process, all right. Now, a conflictual process of what, social interaction, okay, social interaction, all right, a conflictual process of social interaction, all right, within the states, all right, at the international level, at the what, international, within the states at the international level, all right, at the international level between states and non-state actors, all right, between state and non-state actors, between states and non-state actors, all right. So we have that as that, and that brings us to an end in today's class, all right. So and conclusively it brings us to an end in the course pool, all right, in this course, I mean, and we can all pull 214. You can then call this a wrap, and of our first phase of studying. All right, and the next time we are visiting this course, it will be revision, practicing, or going through of past questions and answer. All right, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've been able to gain a thing or two into this class. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in subsequent tutorials. Bye bye.